Hi, welcome to Learn English and Practice with Marie. Today we're going to do American English Idioms lesson number 29. We'll go through 5 idioms and review their meanings, a couple of examples for each, and a story at the end. This is a series, so if you like this video, subscribe for more. Let's get started. First, I'll read the idioms. Take a back seat, a house divided, it takes two to tango, acid test, put a sock in it. First, take a back seat. This means to allow others to take charge. So sometimes at work, I have to collaborate on projects and I have to take a back seat to someone else. That's a very normal thing to do. It doesn't mean that I'm in a car and I'm literally moving to the back seat. Rather, I'm just deferring to someone else as we work together. Examples are, after the new manager was hired, I decided to take a back seat and let him lead the project. She had to take a back seat in her career for a while to focus on her family. A house divided. This means a group or organization that is in conflict. So the origin of this phrase, a house divided, is actually biblical. The sort of biblical quote we can point to is, "A house divided against itself cannot stand." This might sound extra familiar to a lot of Americans because Abraham Lincoln used this in a speech where he referred to the deep regional divisions between the North and the South at the time. Examples are, the party planning committee was a house divided with different members insisting on different themes. The company's leadership team was a house divided, unable to agree on the future direction. It takes two to tango. This means one person alone isn't responsible because both people are involved. So the dance, the tango, obviously involves two people. So it takes two people to dance that dance. And here we're not literally dancing. We're referring to the fact that if there's something going on where more than one person is involved, the blame should be shared. Take, for example, a cheating spouse. So you might want to blame the spouse, but if the person that was involved in the cheating also knew, they deserve some blame as well. It takes two to tango. Examples are, the argument escalated quickly because it takes two to tango, and both were equally stubborn. They blamed each other for the project's failure, forgetting it takes two to tango. Acid test. This is a conclusive test to prove the value of something. So an acid test is really going to show whether something has value or not, and it tends to be very simple. It tends to be on one metric. Think of a test on a little test strip where a chemical reaction is tested, and if it turns a color, it's true. If it doesn't, it's false. It's very much that. So I recently got myself a smartwatch, and the acid test for the smartwatch that I'm using is if I can use the watch for an entire day without charging it. If it can't hold a charge for an entire day, that means that it's not as valuable to me. I didn't make a great choice. But if it can hold charge for an entire day, which it can, barely, but it can, that means I feel like I made a good choice, a good purchase. Examples are, the new policy's acid test will be whether it actually reduces costs as projected. The acid test of his leadership will be how he handles the upcoming crisis. Put a sock in it. This means to tell someone to be quiet. So it would be putting a sock into their mouth, but of course we don't actually do that. It's a way of telling someone to shut up, to be quiet. And it's not particularly polite, but it's slightly more polite than shut up, I suppose. Shut up is pretty rude. So to put a sock in it is to just stop talking. I, for example, tend to overshare in meetings. I'm vocal. I have a lot to say, a lot to share, a lot to contribute. And sometimes I have to tell myself, put a sock in it. Let this meeting happen without that much input and see kind of how things shake out. Examples are, after listening to him complain for an hour, she finally told him to put a sock in it. He was so annoyed by the constant interruptions that he told his coworker to put a sock in it. So, let's read through a story for some extra practice. A neighborhood committee was planning a big event, but two members, Alex and Jamie, couldn't agree on anything. Their arguments made the committee feel like a house divided, with half the members siding with Alex and the other half with Jamie. Tired of the conflict, Alex decided to take a back seat for the sake of the event, letting Jamie lead. Both Alex and Jamie blamed each other for the discord. However, it takes two to tango, and they were both to blame. They realized they needed each other's ideas and effort to make the event a success. The day of the event became their acid test. Would they be able to work together in front of everyone? During the setup, tension was high, and a few times, Alex and Jamie had to remind each other to put a sock in it and focus on the work. In the end, the event turned out to be a big success, and they learned that teamwork and compromise were the keys to making things work smoothly. So again, those idioms are take a back seat, a house divided, it takes two to tango, acid test, put a sock in it. Great job today. There are other videos like this on this channel, and more are coming soon. I'll put playlists and videos right here, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.